88. And my times aren't tracking, tell me so I can retrack. 1988, the National Guards. And then from the National Guards, I went active service because that's how my situation was that I had to join. When I joined, I went for water purification. It turns out that I was one of the first classes to be taught reverse osmosis purification unit for water. It was just basically introduced into the military. There might have been people that were working on it prior, and there was people on after. Then I got stationed to Germany. And then from Germany, I got deployed to the Persian Gulf. When we went to the Persian Gulf, the responsibility of the unit that I was with, which was Alpha Company 123rd Main Support Battalion, which basically we got changed over to DISCOM, which was the main TAC van that ran everything for 1st Armored Division and 7th Corps. So anything that was, let me see, is it going to let me move it? Oh, well. So anything from over here all the way down and around and through here is where we set up different water purification sites with the reverse osmosis. We did not stay at all the sites. We would set them up and then National Guards would take it over or somebody else would take them over. I honestly thought it was the Navy taking it over. Later on, I found out it was the Marines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the longest time, I didn't think Marines had water purification. My daughter just like 2 years ago told me they did. And I was like, and then I researched and I was like, oh crap, they actually had it back right after the Persian Gulf. You know, I didn't know.
As Jeff was explaining, and we all know how important it is when you're in the desert to have water. Most of us don't think about water on a daily basis, but when you're in the middle of nowhere like we were, that's a really super important job, as is fuel, amongst other things. But without water, you die.
But look at the
that's
date
why
this
this
is out. Look at the date that
That's
is. I'll let you explain that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is before the ground war. This is before everybody was fully even set up. I mean, everybody. We did have units already set up. I'm not, I don't know where they were, who they were, what was going on. The only thing that I've been focusing on since 1995 and including in the military was my job. The outside world, when I was in the service, did not matter to me. The news, all that stuff did not matter to me. I did not want to know where I was going.
And what was that MOS, Jeff?
At that time, the MOS has been changed. It was a 77 whiskey water treatment specialist. What a water treatment specialist is responsible for, that is rapid deployment water treatment. We're not talking about basic water treatment, even though that they still are responsible for it too. We're responsible for first field sanitation, setting up locations, and also checking stuff out firsthand. That's what the NCOs and higher ranks would be doing. Lower ranks were responsible for setting the units up and getting water on the ground.
Now, let me ask a question. When you say setting the units up, how does that look in the eyes of the non-water purification people? What does that mean?
Okay, so what it is today it's totally different. When we first started, we had to drive everything everywhere. So it was a trailer that had a reverse osmosis purification unit on it that did 600 gallons. I think it's an hour or a minute. Can't remember.